Tonight, the latest on that medical helicopter crash last night in Sacramento that left 3 crew members in critical condition. We show you how our community has come together to support them. Plus, a local group's request to display Mexican flags in downtown sparks debate in Orland. And new tonight, money problems for the Oroville Hospital. Why it could have nearly $200 million in bonds due.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Tonight we continue our coverage of the medical helicopter crash in Sacramento last night. Today, federal investigators are beginning the investigation into what caused that crash. And as we told you last night, the Reach 5 flight originated in Redding, stopping in Red Bluff, then UC Davis Medical Center in Sacramento, and crashing shortly after leaving that hospital. Now, there were 3 crew members on board, and all 3 of them are in critical condition. And Action News Now reporter Jesse Angelo is live at the Valley Christian Family Church, where one of the victims is a member. So Jesse, the community just wrapped up a prayer circle there.
That's right, Alan. Hundreds of people came out, both all parishioners, community members, friends, family, and co-workers of flight nurse Susie Smith, who's been a parishioner here at Valley Christian for many years. But not only did they gather to pray for her, but also the other crew involved in last night's crash. Friends and family tell me that she has a huge impact on the congregation here. Pastor of BC Family Church and close personal friend says Susie was always willing to give of herself for the betterment of others.
Susie has been a leader in our Nicaragua missions outreaches, our kids ministry, our vacation Bible school, and she's always helping people. She's like Nurse Susie around here. Whenever someone falls or gets ill, and Susie takes care of them.
Osborne tells me that they were also praying for the doctors and medical staff currently working to save the lives of all of the crew members aboard that Reach helicopter. And R.J. Smith, Susie's husband, wishes to thank all of the people out there who are offering up their prayers and support during this difficult time. In Redding, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now.
Thank you, Jesse. And in addition to Susie, who was the flight nurse, also the pilot and a medic was on board that flight. They are the 2 others who are now in critical condition. And today, first responders and community members from across our area are also sharing their support and concerns for those who were on board. Willows Fire said in part that, quote, "Our hearts are heavy today as we learn of the medical helicopter crash in Sacramento last night." The Redding Police Department posted on social media, "Our hearts are with those impacted by the tragic helicopter crash on Highway 50. And now live look from the Alert California Hammond Ranch camera looking at Mount Shasta there. As you can see, snow there on the peak, not quite as much as we had about a week ago or so, but Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon is tracking conditions tonight and joins us now with our first look at the forecast.
Yeah, that snow's sticking up there, Alan. No snow down at our level, even though we were cool last week and we will cool down, but we're going to stay with the rain for now. Okay, right now, mid to upper 80s, even pushing 90 in some spots in the valley. Weaverville at 81. You go up to Chester, we're at 74. Paradise at 79 degrees. Winds on the lighter side, and we like it to stay that way when we're still as dry as we are, still in fire season, but our winds will pick up throughout the week as high pressure moves off and storms begin to move closer. Here's our moisture levels. Remember, 15 or lower, dangerously low, so they've come down quite a bit since our storms from the other day moved off. But we're on the low side for significant fire risk potential, and with the moisture levels the way they are, I don't like those winds. Temperatures coming down a little. We're going to stay on the low side for significant fire risk potential, but we are going to cool down. We could see some rain as well, Alan. We're going to talk all about that in a few minutes.
Thanks, Howie. We have new details about why former Chico Police Sergeant Michael Williams was terminated back in January. Action News Now reporter Sade Poulin breaks down the internal investigation report.
Michael Williams, a former Chico police sergeant, was fired for misconduct. We told you about this last month. Action News Now just got our hands on the internal investigation from the Chico Police Department. This report reveals that William had sexual relations with 5 women while on duty in 2023. In one case, a mother reported that her daughter had been arrested on various occasions and met Williams, then began a sexual relationship with him. Another woman told officers she began having sex with Williams after she became a suspect in a stabbing incident. She refused to be interviewed about it, but the report indicates that the GPS tracked Williams' patrol to her residence several times in 2023. A third woman who met Williams while he was off duty reported the sexual relationship in an ethics report, which is a way for members of the public to report city resources being wasted. She said she would frequently have sex with Williams while he was on duty in a marked patrol vehicle. The fourth woman was an ex-girlfriend who also said they had sex while he was on duty. The report also cited Captain Omar Pina, who said in quotes, "Any sexual act while on duty is defined as sexual assault for purposes of misconduct investigations." A separate second investigation involved a woman Williams met during a domestic violence incident. She says she did not have sex with Williams while he was on duty, but his GPS shows that he went to her home while he was on the clock. Chico PD's report also says that it is a policy violation to engage in romantic relationships with victims of crime. Reporting in Chico, I'm Sade Pullen, Action News Now.
The California Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training says Williams has voluntarily surrendered his certificate. That means he can no longer serve as a peace officer in the state. We're learning new details about the state of Oroville Hospital's finances. Action News Now reporter Bea Barbosa shows us how a notice recently sent to the hospital could potentially impact healthcare in Oroville.
Nearly $200 million. That's how much Oroville Hospital was told it must immediately pay to United Missouri Bank National Association, or UMB. In a notice of acceleration sent last week, UMB claims that Oroville Hospital has defaulted on payments for the $195,630,000 bond it took out in February of 2019. The bond was used to fund the construction of its newest addition, the 5-story tower that broke ground in 2019 and was nearly completed in March of this year, but is yet to open. I reached out to Oroville Hospital officials about when the new tower is expected to open, and if this notice is delaying the tower's opening. In a statement, Oroville Hospital administrators claim Modern Sun, the contractors who worked on the tower expansion, had abandoned the project, which they say resulted in it being delayed. This comes after Modern Sun filed a lawsuit against the hospital in March of 2024, claiming the hospital owed the company nearly $17 million. The statement also claims hospital officials are working to meet state requirements to become operational. I reached out to UMB for more information, and they provided me with the notice of acceleration, which states that Oroville Hospital must immediately pay the bond amount and that UMB has been directed by the holders to foreclose on its lien on the money held by it under the bond indenture. I reached out to both UMB and Oroville Hospital for confirmation on what this means, and hospital officials explained that UMB was instructed to foreclose on the cash in the reserve account, not to foreclose on any other collateral. Officials with Oroville Hospital did provide me with a statement claiming the notice provided does not have any immediate impact on the hospital's operations. They claim they were under the impression that they had an agreement with UMB that certain bond funds being withheld by UMB would be applied to the debt service payment. Hospital officials claim that instead UMB applied a portion of the reserve funds to the payment, but continued to withhold the excess funds and served the notice. The statement reads in part, "Our discussions have centered on the hospital's request for a forbearance agreement as we work to complete construction of our new tower." Hospital officials say that discussions with UMB are ongoing and they are working to resolve these issues. In Oroville, Bea Barbosa, Action News Now.
You can read the full statements from Oroville Hospital on our website. Happening tonight, the Orland City Council will decide if the Mexican flag should be displayed in downtown during Hispanic holidays. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe is live outside Carnegie Hall in Orland, where the meeting's taking place, and there are several options the council is looking at tonight.
Yes, Alan, that is correct. On the agenda, there are 4 options that the City Council will be looking at, and this topic has created quite a debate in the city. It's even actually brought quite a crowd out, which starts at 6:30. Now, this all started when a local group asked to display Hispanic Mexican flags on certain holidays like Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day, and Dia de los Muertos. Now, the flag would be displayed on Walker Street in flagpole holes along the sidewalk that were made by Caltrans about 25 years ago and are under Caltrans jurisdiction. The JC, a member of the Mexican Flag Society, says they've been given the thumbs up from Caltrans, but are looking to the city as well, as it is within city limits.
The Hispanic community is asking for at least 5 to 6 days, where we're able to fly the Hispanic culture flag up and down Walker Street, which we've already been in contact with Caltrans, and they've already have displayed their support and said this was a great idea. We're all for it, and we're waiting on formal responses or letters to show that they are okay.
Now, when I went into City Hall to ask for input on its end, City Manager Joe Goodman says the city will remain neutral on this, and the decision will be completely up to the council. Some options the council could take tonight is to leave the issue up to Caltrans, have staff draft a city flag policy, or just leave it to the status quo. And again, the meeting starts here at 6:30 at the Carnegie Center here on 3rd Street. Reporting live in Orland, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
Thank you, Margot. We'll have that update on the decision tonight on Action News Now at 11. Butte County reports full cleanup from the park fire. We look at how the community in Cohasset, though, is now rebuilding.